Hello, everyone. Welcome to another live session with Moja 2. Today, we are joined by Sarah, one of our amazing sponsors, a Salesforce consultant, and the founder and CEO of Technopath. We are going to be talking more about her Salesforce expertise, how she has been supporting Moja 2 through that, helping us with our systems and impact. And I'm really looking forward to talking with Sarah and also to learn more about her sponsorship journey with Mojatu. So join us, and I hope you get to learn more about her. Sarah, maybe you can tell us a little bit about yourself and Technopath.
My name's Sarah Epting, and I am a Salesforce consultant for nonprofits. My company is called Technopath, and I helped Mojatu a few years ago when they were upgrading to what they call the Lightning experience in Salesforce. And I have been working with them on various projects since. Most recently on some pro bono work I've been doing with them with some of my students. So I teach people how to use the Nonprofit Success Pack, and I have a master class that if students go through the entire master class, then we do a pro bono project together. And so most recently on the pro bono project. But I was so impressed with Mojatu's mission that I chose to also be a sponsor. I sponsored half of a computer lab, and then I sponsor a student so that she can go to school, Marilyn, who I got to meet recently when I traveled to Kenya in April.
Yeah. And maybe what I can add on, Sarah, she has been giving us some training on Salesforce, which have been really good. We have been learning a lot from her. And I'm so happy to be part of those students that she has been able to train. And maybe, Sarah, we can talk about the training, how you normally do them, like what's the process?
Well, I have a varied process. So for nonprofits that come to me and want specific training on their specific org, I take a look at their org and develop the training. And I have some stuff that is for everyone that everyone should know. And then I move and try to develop some lessons that are specifically for that org. Because some organizations will use Salesforce to track their programs, and some to track their fundraising, and some to track both. I am more of a fundraising expert. I spent the first 10 years of my career in fundraising for nonprofits. So I have a passion for that, and also an understanding of what it takes, and an understanding of the limitations of Salesforce and what you need to report. So donor advised funds and soft credits is something that I teach on. But the course I have, the masterclass I have, teaches an implementation of Salesforce from A to Z. So with just a very simple implementation with the user requirements and that sort of thing. So with Mojatu, I did know their system because I had previously consulted with them. So I really do love that. The other type of training I do with nonprofits is regular. So ongoing, if they just need help, we meet twice a month, and then I let them drive, the person who's in charge of Salesforce drive, while they tell me what they're trying to work on. So that way they learn hands-on, and I tell them what to click on and give them the recording of our session. So I have various ways that I train people, and they can also learn at their own pace and buy self-paced, more generic courses, not specific to their nonprofit.
Yeah, and I also love that you get to give someone like tutorials on Salesforce, that how maybe one can go about an issue or what they learned about. I think that is really helpful, and especially with Salesforce, it helps a lot, like with Mojatu, because it helps us keep track of everything and also our impact. And we are really happy to partner with you on this. Thank you so much for the amazing support that you have been giving us.
You're welcome. And I am really excited to have be our students were able to build some reports and automation that's really going to help you with efficiency so you can focus on your mission as you get more and more students every year.
Yeah, yeah, true. And also maybe on that, maybe what would you say that I know you have said that you have studied a bit on fundraising for over 10 years, but would you say that is what like motivated you to now start consulting, and especially for like the non-profit organizations?
Yeah, I had a career shift to work on Salesforce. So at nonprofits, you wear a lot of hats. So at the job
Yeah.
that I held for the majority of the beginning of my career, I was the marketing person, I was the fundraising person, and I was the technology person. In that case, we were
Wow.
using Salesforce, but I was the one who was willing to learn SQL, which is a database language, and build out reports. And just basically, I started to geek out on it. And when I was hired at an organization that uses Salesforce, I started working just on the side with another organization using Salesforce and decided at that time, 2015, they had just started their online training that's called Trailhead. And I started to learn and got certified, and then was able to get a job. That people told me, oh, you can get a job once you're certified. And I was like, yeah, whatever. No, you can't, because what experience do I have? But I was able to draw on the experience that I had in technology using other programs like Excel. And then once I was in, and that was the first time I was in the for-profit realm when I was hired for that job. But once I was in that for a few years, I really did want to get back to nonprofits. Like it was really important to me. But the other piece that was important to me was I felt like Salesforce had helped me get to a different spot in my career. So I wanted to help other people do that. So that is where the training comes in, when I train people who are not necessarily working at a nonprofit, but would like to consult with nonprofits. I love to bring that ability to help enhance someone's career and give them that experience.
Yeah. And I think like for our team in Moja too, you have some of your students who are like helping us with creating like the systems. Maybe if someone wants to join or to be trained by you as a student, how does that work?
They go to my website, technopath.io. I have Salesforce Saturdays for nonprofits. So that's completely free. It's almost every week. And it isn't just me, it's other people in the community. So if I do a majority of the presentations, but we're trying this year to really get guest speakers, but we're still going to do it every single week. So that's a really great resource because I've been doing it for 4.5, almost 5 years, where there's
Wow.
170 videos that you can access for free. So you can get all this information on my website, technopath.io. And then I have different levels of course. Like I said, you can study on your own. You can schedule a free meeting with me if you're a nonprofit to talk about your needs, or have me, I call them a laser session. So I try to solve your problem in 20 minutes. And you give me one problem and I will try to help you through it. And a lot of times we can. It's just being stuck on one little thing, or not knowing the what Salesforce is capable of, and it's usually a fairly simple thing like building a custom report type. So those are some great resources, and then there's the self-paced learning that you can find to purchase as well.
Yeah, now you have heard where you can go and get the resources. You can also follow Technopath on LinkedIn and Sarah on LinkedIn at Sarah Epting to get more information on how you can be able to get more support from her. Now moving on to sponsorship, how would you say the experience has been?
Oh, it's wonderful, and I recommend everybody do it. Mojatu needs more sponsors for their students. So how it works is that you choose a student that needs a sponsor from their website. And a lot of times, because I do have nonprofit experience, you can say, well, you'll be supporting one child and $1 a day makes a difference, or $2 a day or whatever you've seen commercials for, and that supports one child. But this is a direct connection. So I support Marilyn in her education, and we can write letters back and forth. And so I can write her. Mojatu is monitoring her grades to make sure she doesn't need additional lessons. She's aware of the fact that she's getting this gift, and she's very grateful to me. And in turn, I'm very grateful and blessed by her and meeting her family when I visited Kenya. So I I love Mojatu's mission that means just one. So you just have to help one person. And the fact that you can help one person for under $100 a month, you're helping somebody get an education, which they're not going to private schools necessarily. I mean, they don't have in Kenya, you have to pay for public high school. And so that's
Yeah.
something that is, I felt really blessed when I went to Kenya to realize, even with turmoil in America, that we have an opportunity. Every person has the opportunity to go to public school, however, and get an education, or go to the public library and get that. You can get that diploma and
Yeah.
do supplemental learning on yourself, and just the joy of every Kenyan I met for being in school and having the privilege to go to school, because not every Kenyan can do that, um, was really impactful on me personally.
Yeah. And I remember during the trip, one of the fun thing was seeing you visiting Marilyn and her family. Like, how was that experience for you? Because for me, if I may say before maybe you tell us, it was really heartwarming. You have been supporting her and you have never seen her, but now you are able to go and see her family, visit them at home. How was that for you?
It was great, and it was really humbling because I could see that she has 3 siblings, and they're living in a very um, small space. And it humbled me, really, to see where she was living. And also I was very grateful for how grateful they were for to me and my sponsorship. So but it's not about me, it's about her. She's going to be able to get this education that she wouldn't have been able to get otherwise. And she wants to be a neurosurgeon. She's going to get to go on to university and figure out and discern what career works for her. And this wouldn't be possible without Mojatu. She would possibly get sent home if she wasn't able to pay school fees. And so it was just very wonderful to meet her family and get to see, even briefly, how they live, and know that this gift is something that they definitely need. Mojatu does a good job at making sure that the students that are selected to, which there's so many who need spots, but they're Mojatu is picking students who are very motivated, like Maria is an alumni, right? Very
Yeah.
motivated to move on to the next step in their life once they hit adulthood. So I am just very grateful for the experience.
Yeah, and you've mentioned about Mojatu, and one of the thing also I would like to emphasize is that with the sponsorship, you not only get to impact that student's life, you also change their family, because right now you lessen the burden of their parents, because they would not even be able to afford to take that kid to school. But the kid now is in school. Once the kid is able to finish school, get a job, he or she can be able to give back to their community, change their lives. And it's what we have seen, especially with the alumni that we have. I'm one of them. We have been able
Yes.
to change our, yeah, we have been able to change our lives, our families, also our community. We are able to do something for them. So the sponsorship really goes a long way, not only for the student, but also for their community.
Yeah.
And
So what
speaking
are
of,
what
mhm,
are some of the things that I know that you've done? I'm just going to feed you the question that you've done for your family since you've been able to graduate and work at Mojatu and have an income and stream from your university training.
I would say one of the things that I've been able to do is buy a land for my family. You know, here in Kenya, like buying land is really something I would say all of us want to do. And I was able to do that because I'm currently working for Mojatu. And through that, I was able to do that. So it shows that when you change one person's life, it impacts a whole community,
It
because
really
I'm
does.
also able now to support my family. Yeah.
Yes, most definitely. And I can't wait to see. Marilyn is only 14. So I can't wait to see where she goes. So that's the other thing, is
Mm-hmm.
that when you sponsor a student, you get to see over the next 8 years, I'm going to get to see her journey, and how
Yeah.
special is that? That's amazing. I'm so happy.
True. Yeah, like you know what, like for some of our sponsors, they started with their students like you when they were in high school. Right now they are almost finishing university, and seeing that growth and knowing that someone believes in you, it's something that really encourages our students to continue believing in their dreams and making them a reality. So we really appreciate that the work that our amazing sponsors are doing here in Kenya. And on the visit, Sarah, maybe you could tell us what was one of the moments or memories that stood out for you during the trip?
I think being able to spend time with Marilyn, actually, Esther and Mojatu was able to arrange it that she'd come on the the small safari we did at the end of the trip. So the fact that she was able, I have pictures of her like with the binoculars and able to
Fabulous,
look
yeah.
was just a really special time to be able to spend some of the things that I was doing as a tourist that she wouldn't get to go to that national park or have that trip
Mhm.
without like a field trip with or something like that. So it was just a special time because we were both able to be very excited about what we were seeing, and just being able to spend time sharing meals with her. And like with any teenager, it's not the easiest to always talk, like carry on a long conversation, but I got to know her really well, so that those conversations could continue to happen. And so that it was just a really special time. And I have
Yeah,
a
and
picture on my stand up desk. Ooh, I tripped. I see her
wow.
every day.
Wow, that's really amazing.
Yeah.
And you know, even for that memory, that the one that you have said, you've been able to go with Marilyn to the safari. I know it's something that she will always remember, like that connection that you were able to build during the trip. It's something she'll always remember. And you remember even the time when we had stayed with her at the hotel when we arrived home, when she was telling her friends the amazing time she had spending with you. That's another thing that I love about Moja, to being able to create like the connection between the student and the sponsor, for them not only about the education, but also them building a relationship, getting to know one another. So it's it's one of those things that I really look forward to seeing the students being able to make a connection with their sponsors.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
And yeah, and we also have some people who maybe would love to become sponsors or start this journey, but they don't know where to start. What advice would you give to them?
I think you go to the Moja 2 website, right? You start there,
Yeah.
and to be honest, I didn't take a lot of time to look at all the different, but there's so many different students that are. Uh, I would love to have the funds to adopt all of them, but I don't. So I encourage others who are watching this, please sponsor a student. It will be worth your while, for sure, and you get to have that personal relationship and somebody who's really appreciative of the gift that you're giving. The Every student that I talked to, not just Marilyn, but every student was so grateful. The students did a little skit at Maryland school about how grateful they were for Moja too, and the situations that they were able to um,
Overcome.
overcome, and um, the kids had cap and gown on at the end, and it was really heartwarming to see how appreciative everybody was for the work that Mojatu does. And
Yeah.
Kathy, who founded the organization, and her husband Michael, um, are were just so giving and so charitable, and they they warmed my heart in terms of how much they have given back and how much they've done in just 12 years. I mean, it's phenomenal how much you can get done in a short amount of time and how much impact you can have. And the fact that you guys are now sponsoring 200 students when she started with just one,
One. Yeah.
that is just such an amazing story. And I think that that personal connection and that fundraising model as a nonprofit professional is really unique,
Mhm.
really, really, truly unique in that one-to-one relationship, and making sure that that relationship is impactful and formed well, and the spot, you don't have to be in communication with your student, but I think you'd be losing out uh, if you just sponsored your student ninth grade through university, and you just knew you did it, and you got a letter from them once a quarter, and you didn't ever communicate with them or have a Zoom meeting with them. You can have Zoom calls once a quarter with your student. Like, all of that is just so special.
Mm. Yeah, it is. And also seeing maybe like even like the support that you have given us, like some of our alumni coming back and giving back to the community, shows that also you are also impacting and showing the students the importance of giving back to their community. Because right now we have most of our alumni who are mentoring our students in the different career paths that they are in, which is really amazing to see because we have been able to form a community between also the students.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's amazing. So, like, just just one person, you're impacting more than them. You're impacting an entire community. You're impacting their family just by helping one person. And like I said, I encourage people to really consider this as part of their tithing to the world.
Yeah, and you can do that by visiting our website www.mojatu.org or emailing us at info@mojatu. We can be able to provide you with more support on how you can start your journey.
Yeah, and can you help the somebody know where the most need is as well, or a student who's been waiting for a sponsor for a while? You can, if they email you at info@majatu.org.
Yes, yes, we are able to provide, share the students who need website. From there, you can be able to pick a student. We have their profiles there. You can learn more about them, about their family. And from there, you can select the student that you want to sponsor. And we can now, we can connect you with the student. Moving forward, you can be able to get letters, do video calls with them, and create that personal connection if that is something that you want.
And yeah, yeah, like I said, I'm all for it. I think the
Yeah,
model works.
yeah, and we can't wait to see you, Sarah, again in Kenya. It was really amazing to get to know you and to see you on the ground with us as we visited the different regions. We normally have the trips every April. So we are looking forward to seeing more sponsors coming and seeing the work that we are doing, like being able to firsthand see the work that is happening on the ground.
Oh yes, and I miss you guys so much. I got to be friends with so many Maria and Danelle and Rachel and everybody on the trip, and so I I really wish there was teleportation and we could just hop back and
Meet
forth. But it
again.
was a very special time for sure, and
Yeah.
I'm excited to possibly go again.
Yeah, we can't wait to see you again.
Okay.
Yeah, we hope you had an amazing time. You are able to learn more about Technopath, how you can get involved, how you can get support. And we are also really happy to hear Sarah's journey, how she has been able to form a connection with Marilyn. So, once again, thank you, Sarah, for joining us. And we hope that you are inspired and would like also to be part of the program, be part of the mission. So, remember to email us at info@moja2 and we can be able to provide you with more support. Thank you so much for joining us today. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.